It's a PayPal company. I think
Venmo?
Venmo, VNMO. It's funny because like I'm the captain of a couple sports teams, and so I usually pay.
What kind of sports team?
Well, soccer and kickball.
You still play soccer?
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't look like I get it, but ride the bench a lot. But anyway, so I pay for my team, and they're like, "Yeah, just PayPal me." People are like, "Do you have Venmo?" I'm like, "I have PayPal, the original way to transfer money electronically." But now Venmo is the way to do it.
Why Venmo?
It's easy. I mean, you hook up your bank account or a credit card, but I can type in at Cotton needs money and .com, and then it just goes right from my bank account to yours instantly. So
you know what I love? I love clients that use Bill.com.
Yeah,
that's the best.
I love paper invoices.
Do you?
No, it was a joke.
Yeah,
another dry.
I love it, man.
Joke.
Recruiting that's like a beauty. That's like the best. Think about when you get a recruiting check and they hit you with it. You're waiting for a check in the mail for like $30,000. What happens if? So in this office, I got a check. I got an invoice back from a company, and the guy at the front desk, the receptionist, goes, "Sir, you have a very large check at the front." I'm like, "How the hell do you know this is a large check in here?" "Well, it's ripped open." I'm like,
Wow.
"What? How did that happen?" "It wasn't me," he said.
Not I said that.
Yeah, right. And I'm like, that's interesting. So I love it. I love going the electronic route, and that way you know you're getting paid.
Well, it is 2017. We can generally send those things over the interwebs, and it makes it a lot easier.
Right. You know what I would love to have a podcast about that's not about recruiting, but I would love to have a podcast and talk about cryptocurrency, but that has nothing to do with recruiting. Like
maybe we
Bitcoin
could do one
and
episode.
stuff.
Yeah,
maybe down the road.
I think I don't know.
I don't know, man. I just think that cryptocurrency is like such the future. I think that'd be really cool.
I've seen Blade Runner. They don't use that, so I don't know if that's.
You're right. Did they use it in Hunger Games, though? I think they might have used it in the dystopian fiction of Katniss Everdeen.
Did you ever watch old movies from like the 70s or 80s when they are portraying the future, and now we're in the future, and we're like, wow, they were way off, because I have yet to see a flying car.
Right? You know what's the coolest though? Let me just, I don't know which one we're tangenting here before the end of this podcast, which is this is the juice. This is like the meat of the episode. If you get a chance, if you're ever into like the oldest science fiction novel ever, I don't know if it's ever kind of, it's old.
War of the Worlds.
Edgar Rice Burroughs. Have you heard of him? It was actually really funny. I got all excited when I went to go see the new Wonder Woman movie. And the guy, Chris Pine, was holding a book where he was saying, he goes, I brought some Edgar Rice Burroughs novels. And I thought to myself, wow, what a really unique tag in a movie that no one will probably ever get. But I did, because that's the book, they made a movie, John Carter.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
It's called The Princess of Mars.
Yeah.
Those were written in like the early 1900s, late 1800s.
Wow.
Okay. And he's talking about a guy going to Mars, but they're using like not lasers, they're using revolvers.
Right.
He's like, he grabbed his revolver, which at that time was probably an extremely innovative weapon.
Yeah.
Right. But it's like old school sci-fi.
Well, and not to go on a completely different tangent, but people, they express things in ways in with things that they know in their current setting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in the Bible, right, and again, I'm not going to go off on a crazy religious tangent, but in the book of Revelations, John's talking about things that he's seeing in the future, and he's trying to describe like iron horses and things. He's like, how do you describe a car that you're seeing when you've
never seen a car before?
And so
like a wheel, like a fiery wheel in the sky or whatever, right?
So these early writers or authors are probably doing the same thing. They're like trying to describe like what they know, which was a revolver, and they're like an electric revolver, or something. You can only describe things once you actually had experience with it or seen it. Once you create something totally crazy up,
Yeah, that's crazy, man. We should have a completely off-topic podcast one of these days, like this one, right here at the end, which has nothing to do with recruiting. But we are human beings. We are people who have hobbies, and we do like talking about other things besides recruiting. I know This is the book on recruiting.
All I do is like recruiting.
I know, it's like I'm obsessed.
I'm saying, as soon as I punch that clock, over.
I'm a whole new man. I sing the Aladdin theme song, A Whole New World, Magic Carpet Ride. That's what I do. I get in my car, I play the role of Aladdin, and then I sing also the role of Jasmine as well. I do a dual voice, a duet with myself.
Yeah, it's easy in the car to do that.
I do. I just drop. I'm probably a baritone, right? But then I bring in the Jasmine, and I'm coming in. What is that? The
falsetto.
Falsetto.
I don't know.
Maybe
I just made that word.
Maybe I'm coming up. High pitch. Anyway, hey, thanks for listening, everybody. Really appreciate you tuning in. The next episode we're going to come up with, we're probably going to talk about some more stuff on recruiting. Not gonna
Fancy
lie.
that, yeah.
We could probably talk. You know what I'd love to talk about? The truth about unemployment. The truth about unemployment and also wage gaps.
Let's talk. Yeah. The truth. Let's talk about how we should up the minimum wage for everybody.
Did you say the thing about the $150 an hour? The guy made some comments saying like we should just make $150. I think he was actually serious. Like,
yeah,
we have inflation up a bit, but everything will be taken care of.
Goodness.
Yeah.
We might get us into some dangerous territory, but it'd be fun to talk about.
Yeah.
Maybe just salary and compensation in general.
That would be a good one.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. Talk about offers, what to do with an offer, crazy offer scenarios that we've had. Maybe even talk about some scary relocation stories that we talked about earlier.
I want to do one where we talk about the funniest or craziest stories we've had with candidates, crazy situations, craziest emails, threats, whatever, just the crazy stories dealing with people.
You know who had like the best stories?
Lauren Seaton.
Lauren Seaton.
Every time.
Why is
if you're listening, Lauren, I hope you saved and archived those emails that you would get about not getting out of bed.
Best recruiting stories.
Oh my gosh.
Like her email she sent me about like Alanis Nadine Morissette.
That's what I was like, I don't get out of bed for less than $40 an hour.
That's the best.
But yet you had time to write a 5-page email back to me.
Email, you know what? I want to thank that guy. I want to shake his hand. I want to thank him for his brilliance. And, really get him on this podcast.
Right.
But Lauren, she just comes across these people and it's the best. So if you have any cool stories and you'd like to share or have us bring them up on here, and if they're cool or interesting or funny or something like that, shoot us a message. My email is Dino, D-I-N-O, at rezeo.co. Dino at rezeo.co. You can hit me up on LinkedIn, where I'm sharing the majority of our stuff. You're hopefully listening to this on iTunes or Spreaker. Spreaker's got 1 star.
Immediately getting stuff on Google Play. We refer back to our previous conversation.
Ryan is all about Google Play. But you know what though? Hey, Spreaker got like 1 star, by the way, in the app. I don't even think anyone uses it anymore.
Well, we should. Anyway, I'll come up with an email address too that people can reach out to me or us collectively. This is new to us. We're figuring it out. We're just filling our way through this podcasting world, and hopefully we, don't make fools of ourselves too much.
Yeah, thanks again, and look forward to the next episode.